Hey Becky. Has Mom already arrived? Does she seem like she's alright?
Yeah. She just got here. I'm just bringing her things in now.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Sorry dear, I left everything for you to handle with that.
Don't worry about it. I know you've been busy with work. It's not like you could have really done much about it, right?
I mean yeah, but still. Today is the day my mom's going to start living with us. I just wish I could have been able to help out in some way.
Right.
What's that?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure you're going to be okay on your own? I know Mom has some heavy things in her luggage. So be careful and not trying to carry too much.
Okay, I'll be fine. There's nothing to worry about. I've got some movers who are helping carry the really big things. So I don't have to try to lift them myself at all. Honey, you've got a day off work tomorrow, right? If there's things we don't really know where to put yet, you can help us figure the remainder out tomorrow.
Okay, I'll do that. But please be sure to at least get the bed together. You know Mom's got a bad back, right? Having her sleep on something even a bit hard would really do a number on her.
Yeah, I know. You've asked me about it countless times already. I already got the bed frame put together before she arrived. The mattress should be arriving this afternoon as well. So there shouldn't be a problem.
That's good to hear, Becky. Thanks a lot for dealing with all of that. I don't have work to stay late today, so I should be coming home on time.
I love it. Oh, do you think you could stop by the store on your way home?
What? Why didn't you go shopping just yesterday? We should have plenty of food at home already.
Yes, we do. But your mom is telling me that she really wants a steak for dinner. But we don't have meat in the fridge. I'm kind of busy to deal with the mattress, so.
And you shouted at them just because of that? Can you just leave the house for a bit and go buy some steaks?
Excuse me?
It's not that hard of a problem to solve now. What?
Are you really fine with letting your mom stay at our house alone? That seems like it would be something to worry about, don't you think? At least I feel concerned about it.
Is there something wrong with that? I don't know what you mean. What's there to be concerned about? I mean, she's going to start living with us now, and she's been to our house a number of times before already.
I still haven't gotten to put the lock on my bedroom door yet. That's supposed to be arriving today. I'm not about to leave her alone in the house until I can make sure I can lock my room first.
I really don't see what the problem is here. Wait. Are you being serious?
Yeah.
You're actually intending to install a lock on your door? You don't even trust my mom?
This isn't a matter of whether your mom is going to be sad or not. It's about my own privacy. I've had to deal with her going into my room without my permission before. And I am not about to deal with it again. Maybe she hurts herself on something in my room. I can't afford to take responsibility for it. I don't have that kind of money.
Mom's going to be sad if she knows that. I've told you this before. Why can't you just talk to her about it? She'll understand if you just try talking to her. Don't be so stubborn and just try to communicate for once.
But she's your mother. She certainly doesn't respect me like I'm her family. Did you forget about how she ripped up my clothes last time?
She's family. That was an accident. Are you really still holding a grudge against her for that?
Those were very important clothes to me, whether accident or not. I have a right to want to secure my things anyway. I am not going out until the lock for my door arrives. If you aren't going to go by what your mom wants, then she'll just have to get it herself. Are you fine with that?
Are you really so persistent? What? You're just being mean to her.
You should go get the steak your mom wants. And tell her that she'll have to wait until you come home.
You really want her to go shopping after she's already exhausted from moving then? Fine, whatever. I'll just go to the store then come home.
Yeah, I'll see you when you get home.
Is that okay?
Okay. Don't worry about it. In the meantime, I'll get everything cleaned up over here.
Make sure to tell Mom to text me if there's anything else she wants to eat.
Yeah, I know.
Just try to actually get along with her, okay? Hey, Becky.
What?
What are you doing?
She texted you? What's this?
I got a text from Mom.
What are you talking about? She hasn't said a thing to me.
She hasn't seen you all day and she was starting to wonder about what was going to be done about lunch. Well, I know that you've been doing work in your room this whole time. But isn't it hard to hear her calling you?
I don't know what you're talking about. We just saw each other in the living room. And at that time she didn't say a word to me about lunch. Yesterday she even told me that she was planning to go out today.
Actually, you should think about her for a bit. Oh, you don't know. Those plans fell apart apparently. That's why she's still in the house. That's why she's asking about how you haven't been out of your room. The least you could do is have lunch with her, couldn't you?
Look. I'm sorry to hear that her plans got cancelled. But I can't plan my own schedule around that. I was under the impression she was going to be gone for much of the day, so I don't have anything prepared for her.
Her plans having been scrapped so Mom's been lonely. What?
Well, yes. What did you expect? We've been eating lunch separately this whole week.
You're telling me she hasn't eaten anything for lunch at all? You're kidding, right? Why haven't you been preparing anything for lunch for her?
No. Far from it. In the very first day she spent here, I asked her if she wanted me to prepare something for her. But she just told me that she would make something for herself.
Have you not been thinking of her at all? What are you talking about? So Mom's just been alone this whole week?
What? I have a job that requires that I work in my room. I don't normally eat in the afternoon. I might have a light snack. This is how my work days have gone for ages.
I can't believe how cold you're being to her. What's been going on for ages can't just stay the same now that Mom's here. Come on. Can you at least spend some time with her? Why do you think she's living with us in the first place?
No, she's living here because she wants to be with you. And I can't even be entirely sure of that to begin with. You're the one who brought up the idea of her living with us in the first place. I certainly wasn't asking for this.
It's not like she's living here to be alone. Don't say things like that. I'm the eldest son in this family. It's been my responsibility to take care of Mom ever since Dad died.
Yes, I already know. But we talked about this before. I clearly explained that my job keeps me in my room and that I wouldn't be able to leave it for the whole day. I also told you that I had no intention of trying to change that. And you told me that that would be fine. Don't try to tell me you forgot.
Don't you remember that? Yes, sure. I do remember.
I'm not just letting her sit there. She's not a doll. She's free to do what she likes as long as it doesn't involve my room. She even told me she wanted to make her own lunch. I'm not refusing to make her a meal if she wants it. But she just wanted to deal with her lunch on her own. And since she didn't want my help with lunch, I just naturally went back to work. Plus, we're still eating breakfast and dinner with her. On top of it, I'm still dealing with all of the housework.
But it's not that hard to even do the bare minimum to not let her. You're the one who's staying at home after all.
Excuse me? Have you forgotten that I have a job just like you do? I may work at home, but work is work.
It's not like we can have Mom start doing stuff like the housework. Alright, I'm sorry. It doesn't change the fact that Mom is lonely. Starting tomorrow, make sure to at least show your face once during the day.
Fine, whatever. But only for a little bit each day. I still have work to do. I don't want to hear any more complaints after this.
I would, but I can't exactly go home in the middle of the day. Yeah, I'll be sure to tell Mom as well. Why am I hearing that after Mom went through all the trouble to invite one of her friends over?
What? Chase her friend out? I have no idea what you're talking. I just asked them to talk a little quieter. Nothing else.
Mom said you just tried to chase her friend out of the house. And that's what I mean by you chasing them out. You shouted at them with a super angry expression.
What are you talking about? I did nothing like that. I just asked them normally without even raising my voice.
What else were they going to do after that? I don't want to hear your excuses. What is wrong with you? Why are you so intent on butting heads with my mother?
Wait. Hold on a second. I know just how important your mom is to you. But I don't see why you suddenly feel like it's fine to not pay any attention to anything I say. I am your wife.
What has she done to deserve this from you? Did you forget that? I know that, but a wife and a mother are two very different positions.
I see. Well, there's nothing else I need to talk to you about.
There should be no problem with me only listening to one person's story.
I mean, you've clearly heard all from your mom, right? And clearly you're believing everything she says. So what's the point of me saying anything at all?
What?
Oh, how magnanimous. Anyway, you remember what I told your mom this morning, right? We were right in front of you as we were talking. I told her that today I had a really important online conference. So I would need her to be quiet.
Look, just this once I'll listen to what you have to say.
And yet, despite all that, without even so much as warning me, your mother brings one of her friends over. Not only that, but after her friend arrived, she repeatedly knocked at my door and tried to call for me.
I do remember you saying that. Couldn't you have just gotten some drinks for them? It's just basic hospitality.
That's exactly what I did when her friend first arrived. However, I had to return to my room shortly after as the meeting was starting soon. In the middle of the meeting, they called loudly for me and the TV was on with the volume set really high. So all I did was ask them, "Can you please quiet down a bit?"
But hold on. Are you sure you didn't say things more rudely? You must not embarrass my mother in front of one of her friends.
What sort of embarrassment are you even talking about? I specifically asked her at the start of the day to try to stay quiet and explained perfectly. Despite all that, she clearly didn't care about what I wanted and did the exact opposite. Who's the one being unreasonable here?
But there's still the problem of how you said it. If you had such an important meeting, couldn't you have just gone to some other workspace or something?
Why are you so determined to make this my fault? This is my house. I had this all planned out in advance, and I clearly requested what I needed too. Why am I the one who has to meet with her demands? If she wanted to bring a friend over, she should have at least told me in advance. I even asked her about that specifically. And do you remember how the both of you agreed?
Yes, I remember that. But plans might always change.
But why can't she tell us about it? What's so hard about that? I am still in the house after all. Okay, just stop it. I still have work to do. And I can't leave it any longer if we're going to talk about this.
No, hold on. We're clearly not done talking, Becky.
What's going on?
I heard everything from Mom.
What?
I had no idea you were this terrible of a woman.
I still have no clue what you're talking about.
You're not going to get by playing dumb after how much you've pestered and picked on Mom.
Pestered and picked on? What are you talking about?
Stop trying to play all innocent. I'm here being serious with you. I've heard all about all of the terrible things you've done for Mom. There's no point trying to deny it anymore.
I ask yet again. What sort of terrible things are you saying? Please stop speaking so vaguely and actually tell me.
My mom came crying to me earlier today complaining about everything you've been doing. She's just had to endure your horrible treatment this whole time.
What?
I'm so disappointed with you. We should get a divorce.
Really? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, from what my mom told me, I can't stay with you anymore.
Whatever. I have been tired of you too. But just let me prepare the luggage. Without this, I can't work.
What? You're still thinking about your work now. Shouldn't you apologize for what you did?
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not wrong for anything. I also think we shouldn't live together. You'd better do that with your dear mom. So, bye now. After that, Tris filled out his end of the divorce papers with no further complaints, and I was able to get them filed with no issues. His mother did rifle through all of my things without any care for what she did to them. So I filed suit for everything she damaged. They agreed to settle out of court and pay for what they did. I might just end up moving away. Without my income, Tris can't handle the mortgage, bills. So they managed to get a small cheap apartment somewhere. Just getting rid of they two out of my life is the best bless for me. I have no regret to do that.
Hey, several of the guys from the workplace are coming over to drink after work, so make sure you have something ready before then. Prepare enough alcohol for 5 of us, as well as munchies.
Oh, Enoch, you can't just tell me these things when there isn't even anything in the house.
That's why I'm messaging you now and informing you ahead of time. You still have time before we all get at the house. So maybe you should stop complaining and start preparing.
Do you know I'm running a 42-degree temperature right now, honey? I've spent the day resting and recuperating. I simply do not have the time or energy to go to the grocery store and prepare the house for a party. Is it unreasonable to request that your coworkers come over to your house on a different day?
So it's all about what works best for you now, isn't it? You must learn to accept responsibility for your inability to plan ahead. It is your responsibility to deal with the fever or whatever you are suffering from. But, as a wife, you must serve your husband and any guests he comes home. Do you understand?
It's not like I deliberately had a fever so I could take the day off.
Aside from that, everyone at the office is always complimenting me on what a wonderful wife I have and how delicious your cooking is. That is why I am inviting guests over tonight. So they can see how talented you are as a chef. So, honey, please don't tell me I invited them to our place for nothing.
That's extremely thoughtful of you, Enoch. But I think you regard me more as a personal waitress or maid than as your wife at times. Do you have any idea how difficult it will be to clean the house before you all arrive? After you've finished eating, I'll do the dishes and clean up after you.
I don't believe you understand the point. Isn't what you just mentioned precisely what a decent wife should do? It's really not that big of a deal, so I'm not sure why you're acting as if I'm requesting something monumental.
I'm attempting to warn you that you and your pals will drink, get dirty, and leave everything for me to clean up. And I'm not sure I have it in me to do all of that on a day like today when I'm already sick.
Listen to me. You're the wife. That means it is your responsibility to look after the house. It's the same everywhere you go, in every home, so stop arguing. I'm not interested in hearing your justifications since you're a full-time housewife.
I believe I've stated this to you several times now, Enoch. I work from home, therefore I spend the entire day at home. But I'm sick today, so I took the day off.
And I think that only goes to show what a farce your so-called job is. They wouldn't have allowed you take the day off if you were actually working hard. In case you didn't already know, the actual world isn't that simple. Even if they had a 105-degree temperature, a real adult would go to work.
I don't think anybody with a fever that high could be useful to anyone. Besides, didn't you take a sick day a few weeks back when your fever was only 38 degrees? I believe you have double standards for how you and I should behave.
You're clueless. I'm basically a super genius at my job around the clock, so please excuse me if I feel entitled to a day off now and then. And with your small little fever, you don't even have room to talk to me. If you're feeling a little hot, why not try running around outside for a few minutes till you cool down? Everyone knows that's the quickest way to reduce a fever.
I can hardly believe what I'm hearing right now. Do you honestly believe that? Besides, I'm not going to go running in a state.
Why don't you get off your lazy bum and go to the shop and return instead? Because you have so much time to react to my messages, I know you aren't doing much around the house right now. If you have a fever, using your phone should be far more difficult than doing housework. Your texts don't make you sound sick.
Enoch, I'm lying in bed, messaging you, and that's it. And what do you mean when you say that using a smartphone is more difficult than doing housework? That makes no sense. That's impossible to believe.
What do you mean? And it's completely true. That is how the world operates.
What are you talking about? You've never even offered to assist me with housework. That's why there's always so much for me to do, and why I whine so much about it.
Oh, of course. I'm a male. I shouldn't even be doing housekeeping. Everyone knows that type of work is reserved for women. And, as a housewife, your job is to do it all.
I'm sure I've told you 100 times that I'm not a housewife. I'm tired of this conversation. I don't think you're really listening to what I'm saying right now. I guess I'll simply shut up and finish up my tasks.
I'm delighted to see you're starting to make sense again. Anyway, while you're there, get some sliders and those peanuts I love. You've seen them before. Then I want you to make a veggie tray out of freshly sliced vegetables, not pre-made crap. Don't forget to stock up on beer and wine.
That appears to be a significant amount of shopping. Let me handle it.
Hello, Sarah. I'll be over at your house shortly. On his last excursion, William caught far too many fish. I was hoping you wouldn't mind if I shared with you.
Oh, thank you so much, Angela. Unfortunately, I've been sick and don't have much energy. I'm sorry to bother you, but could you perhaps bring them by another day?
Please excuse me? What exactly do you mean by that? That's what you have to say to your mother-in-law when I say I'm going to bring you a gift? Is it just because I'm a bother to you?
What? No. Of course you are not a bother. It's only that I'm currently suffering from a high fever. I'm afraid that even if you did come all the way over, I wouldn't be able to properly greet you.
Oh my goodness. Do you have her fever? So, I hope you're doing everything you can to keep my little Enoch from getting sick from you. He isn't like you in that he has a genuine job that he must attend every day. If you make him ill, he won't be able to work hard enough to feed both of you.
Right. Yes. Okay. Thank you. I'll be careful. Although Enoch appeared to be in good health when he left for work today, I believe we will be okay.
You must ensure that he remains healthy. But to think you acquired a cold when all you did all day was putter around the home. It takes a lot of guts to get sick like that, in my opinion.
What? No, it's not at all like that. I believe it occurred because Enoch locked me out the other day. He arrived home drunk and yelled at me to go to the store and get him some goods. While I was gone, he bolted, chained our front door, and fell asleep.
Oh, wow. Are you really attempting to complain about my own son to me? You've got a lot of guts, don't you? Did you ever consider that maybe that is something you should have considered and planned for? Isn't it your fault you got locked out of the house?
That wasn't exactly my point. I simply mentioned it since we don't generally chain the door shut once we lock it. So I never expected to be locked out like that.
So you're just proving my point. It's all your fault. Besides, Enoch shouldn't need to know about whatever his wife requires. Why don't you just get divorced if all you want to do is complain?
I'm sorry, Angela. I believe I have a few issues to consider. Sorry, but I guess I just need to rest for the rest of the day.
Don't worry, I'll still come over and teach you all you need to know about being a wonderful wife.
No, thank you. That's really not necessary. The house is still a mess because I haven't been able to clean up since Enoch and his coworkers came over to drink last night. Right now, the house is a complete disaster. It is absolutely not necessary for you to watch it.
What exactly did you just say to me? It is already late afternoon. And you're telling me you haven't cleaned up the mess from yesterday? Are you just trying to make me angry?
The problem is that I've been sick with a fever since yesterday. But Enoch wanted to spend out with his pals at our house. I was so busy making sure there was always food and drink available that I was really fatigued by the end.
So you had my youngster start his day in a filthy house? I'm not sure where you're going, young lady. What you are doing is heinous. How can you call yourself his wife if you can't even do the simplest of housework? You should be embarrassed.
Have you been paying attention to anything I've said all this time? I just finished telling you that despite having a fever, I not only accomplished the chores but also hosted a night of drinking.
That is precisely what a good wife should do. Don't congratulate yourself for doing the bare minimum. Now get out of bed and begin cleaning the house. And I promise that if the entire place isn't perfectly clean by the time I arrive, I really will make Enoch divorce you.
That is why I am requesting that you not come over today. I simply do not have the energy to do anything today.
Hey, how long do you intend to stay at home and do nothing? My mother informed me of all you've been up to. What about how you were passed out on the floor when she arrived at our house? And that you even forced her play along with your little act to the point of calling an ambulance for you.
Your mother informed me that she was coming over and that I needed to tidy the house before she arrived. And as soon as I stood up, I became dizzy and went out. I attempted to persuade your mother not to come over yesterday, but she had already decided. She forced her way inside using a spare key she'd already prepared. But I guess it was because of it that she found me on the floor and called for aid.
She also mentioned how the place was still a shambles because you didn't clean up after my party. How could you have let her into our home and see that? Even though I warned you that the house had best be spotless by the time I returned. It's a good thing my mother caught you and realized how lazy you are when no one is home.
Really, after everything I did to make sure you and your coworkers had everything you needed the other night? Do you realize how much you sound like your mother right now? My fever had already reached 42 by the time I arrived at the hospital.
And that suits you well. I had to go to work without breakfast this morning because of your sloth. You're lucky because I'll be out drinking with the guys again tonight, so I'll be ready for dinner. Even so, I'm still stunned by the state you're leaving our home in. It's revolting.
Look at me, Enoch. You created the shambles, therefore you must clean it up.
Please excuse me? What did you just say? Is this any way to communicate with someone who has been so good to you while you've been sick? It's only a 42-degree fever, and you're using it as an excuse to avoid doing any housework? I don't care if you've already checked in, if you haven't turned around, returned home, and cleaned that place by the time I get home. We're done.
Okay, we're done. Let's get a divorce.
Wait, what?
No, you're correct. It's better this way. Being with you has only ever given me stress, and more stress. I'm tired of you always treating me like a slave. Let's just get things over with.
Wait. Please wait a moment. Are you serious?
Of course I am. I'm just doing what you suggested. As soon as I get out of the hospital, I'll begin completing the paperwork so that we can make it official. Goodbye, Enoch.
Hey. You know I'll take you back at any time. So stop being so stubborn and come home already.
Please excuse me? Do you want me to come back? Are you certain you don't simply miss having a slave to bully around? What a farce. But I'm quite content enjoying a beautiful life without you.
What? You mean you're fine with not seeing me?
Well, of course. In fact, now that I'm not with you, I'm feeling better than I have in years. Divorcing you was one of the smartest moves I've ever made. I can't even remember what made me want to marry you in the first place.
But when you were here, you never seemed to be upset. Have you already found work or something? I assumed you couldn't function without me and my work.
I can't believe I have to explain this to you again. I did my work from home. I've always worked for myself and made my own money. You truly are the worst, you know? I don't think you've ever actually listened to anything I've attempted to tell you.
Wait. So you were serious about working from home, right? So you're totally fine without me?
Oh, it's much more than that. I've been living my best life without you. Without you around to make messes all over the place for me to clean up, life is a lot easier. This is the best I've felt in years.
Come on. How can you say something like that? Please, Sarah. Just come home now. The house is a shambles. And, because I'm a man, I don't know how to cook or clean the house. It's just not the same without you. So, could you perhaps come over every now and then to take care of the house?
Are you even listening to yourself? Do you still have any brain cells in there, or did you drink them all away? Give me one reason why I'd want to clean up after someone as bad as you. And, besides, do you believe you can't cook because you're a man? We're all humans, man or woman.
But, in my entire life, I've never had to cook. And, of course, I've never cleaned a house or done anything similar. So, please just come over and show me the fundamentals.
Do you believe I was taught how to accomplish all of those things? Why don't you just try using your precious few remaining brain cells? You don't know how to cook since you have never had to cook for yourself. So, why not express your appreciation to the individuals in your life who have always cooked for you?
That's exactly what I've been attempting to express. Cooking is a woman's occupation. That's why I've never done it, won't do it, and shouldn't have to.
So you'll simply have to starve till you find someone else, won't you? But, seriously, do you think there aren't any men out there who live alone and cook for themselves? You don't think it's a little archaic to believe that it's a woman's responsibility to cook and clean? You're just making up reasons why you can't do anything for yourself.
It's not my fault, after all. I never had to do anything like that when I was younger, so I have no idea how to do it today.
Well, I guess you'll have to do it now, so get started. What did you expect to get from all these pitiful crocodile tears? And, moreover, didn't you always claim that housework was the easiest?
Obviously, if I put my mind to it, I could do it, but...
But what? What else could you possibly say? Why am I bothering to inquire? I don't care what happens to you or your life. So, please stop messaging me.
Please, wait. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have treated you that way. But I truly can't do these duties. Please help. You are the only one I can turn to for assistance right now.
No way. You should not expect me to ever help you again. After all the many ways you've thrown the work I accomplished back in my face, I think that should be quite evident. Maybe spending so much time alone with yourself will eventually make you realize how powerless you are without others to clean up after you. After that, I blocked Enoch on all platforms. And Enoch knew he had lost the one person to whom he had become accustomed to calling for assistance. I never informed him where I went so he couldn't track me down or bother me again in person. I'm sure his apartments get messier by the day. It's probably almost uninhabitable at this point. Not long after leaving Enoch, I met an amazing man. In fact, we're already talking about getting married. He's always helpful around the house, cooking and cleaning. There was nothing more pitiful than a man who couldn't even care for himself.
Tom. We need to talk. What the heck are you doing? Are you really serious?
What do you want from me? I really don't want to have to talk to you. I also don't have much free time today.
What is wrong with you? You shouldn't be talking back to me like this. You should make time to talk to me.
There's nothing wrong with me. I just don't want to be talking to you.
Don't get so ahead of yourself. I'm your manager. You really need to show me more respect. Do you not realize that my position is above yours? You're my subordinate. All you should be doing is obeying my orders.
Yeah, I know that you're my manager. You've told me this countless amounts of times. I'm getting tired of hearing the same thing over and over from you.
If you know, then you need to show me more respect. You need to stop talking so arrogantly to me.
Would you just hurry up and get to the point?
I told you to treat me with more respect. Did you not understand that?
Please calm down and just tell me what you need to say. Stop wasting so much of my time. I'm going.
Who cares about your time? My time is so much more precious than your time.
It sounds like you have nothing that's important to say to me. I'm actually busy. I'm gonna get going if you have nothing to say to me.
Wait. Hold on a minute. You can't just leave. I've contacted you because I had something to say. Are you stupid or something?
If you have something to say to me, then hurry up. I told you this earlier, but stop wasting my time.
Why are you being so arrogant? I thought I told you that I'm your manager.
Stop repeating the same phrase over and over. Nobody's gonna respect you if you keep saying that. If you want respect, you need to shut your mouth and gain the respect with your actions.
I can't believe that you're looking down on me like this. If you keep this up, I'm gonna fire you. You wouldn't want that to happen, right?
LOL. Are you serious about that?
What do you think is so funny? I'm being very serious. You're really gonna lose your job if you're not careful. Alright, listen, Tom. I also saw that you scheduled to have a paid day off next week. You did that without my permission. I'm gonna fire you if you don't show up at work next week.
Are you seriously saying that? That's just abusing your power if you really do that. I took all the necessary steps to get a day off. I filled in all the required paperwork and got it accepted by HR. There shouldn't be any problem with me taking a day off.
The problem is with the reason you're taking a day off. Did seriously think that you could skip work for a reason like that?
Why would the reason matter at all? According to the company policy, I should be able to do that. I'm planning to attend my younger sister's wedding. There should be absolutely nothing wrong with that. I have every right to attend my own sister's wedding.
That is not a valid reason to be skipping work. You really need to be getting your priorities straight. I'm embarrassed that you're even thinking of taking a day off work for a reason like this.
Why would you be embarrassed about this? It doesn't make any sense at all.
You have to remember that you're my subordinate. You better not think that you can just take a day off without my permission. As a punishment, you're gonna have to work overtime every single day from now on. I'm also going to give you some of my work as a special gift to you.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say no to that. I don't want to have to do any of your work. You're pretty much the only manager that wouldn't accept the subordinate taking paid leave. I don't need your permission to take a day off from work. I've already been told by the company that it would be okay. What you're trying to do is against the company's policies. I would stop if I were you.
You're just my subordinate. You need to stop telling me what I can do. You should be keeping your mouth shut and listening to my orders. You don't have the authority to be talking back to me like this.
I have the right to choose when to take my paid holidays. Do you not even know how paid holidays even work? You should try reading the rules of this company before trying to impose them on me. Do you even know how to read?
Of course, I know how to read. I'm not a child. You need to stop disrespecting me and insulting me like this.
That's what I should be saying to you.
I'm not going to allow you to take a paid holiday next week. In fact, I'm going to assign the huge project to you. You're going to become the new project leader once the project is completed. I'm going to take all the credit for it. That does sound like a great plan, doesn't it? I'm such a genius.
You really are a terrible person. That's such a selfish idea. Are you not embarrassed saying things like this to your subordinates?
What? I'm not embarrassed at all. I have every right to use my power like this.
What do you even mean by that?
I'll tell you what's been going on. But this is to be kept between us, okay? I'm gonna be promoted in the near future.
There's no way that's ever gonna happen. I wonder which idiot decided to spread a rumor like that.
It's not a rumor at all. I didn't hear about this from anyone. Actually, I found out about it myself.
Then you're definitely not gonna get promoted. You're always wrong about everything that you say. I have no idea why you think that at all.
I'm always right about everything. You probably don't know this, but I'm very well liked by my boss.
You get along well with the CEO? I find that kind of hard to believe.
It's the truth. This is why I know for sure that I'm being promoted soon.
Actually, yeah, I've heard rumors about this before.
See, I told you. Me and the boss are like best friends right now.
I've heard rumors that you act like the boss's dog. You do everything to try to get his approval. How pathetic.
What did you just say to me?
He doesn't see you as a friend at all. You'd look very desperate. I'm pretty sure the boss already knows how useless you are. All you do is force your work onto your subordinates. I really think that you're getting way too ahead of yourself.
I'm not going to forgive you if you keep this up.
I don't need you to forgive me at all. I have no respect for you whatsoever. I really don't care what you think of me at all.
How dare you say that to me? You should only have respect for me. I feel like you don't really understand the authority I have over you. You wouldn't even have a job if it weren't for me.
It wasn't you that decided to employ me. That's the company. I was just unfortunate to be assigned to work under you. I really hate people like you that are useless but act arrogantly just because of the job title. I'm very tired of talking to you. So I'm gonna get going. You have no right to complain to me or punish me for taking a paid holiday. I've already been accepted by the company. You have no right to stop me. I'm gonna get going now.
I can't stand you disrespecting me like this anymore. I'm gonna get rid of you right now. You're fired.
Wait. What did you just say to me?
I just told you that you're fired. There's no need for you to ever come back to this company. Now you got way too ahead of yourself. You should have treated me with more respect.
You can't just fire me for no reason. The higher-ups aren't gonna accept this decision.
Actually, they are going to accept it. I'm gonna make a lie about you making a huge mistake during one of our important projects. That's going to be the reason you get fired. I guess you really underestimated my powers.
I can't believe that you would do all of this over a single day of paid leave. Why do you care so much about me taking a single day off? I'm way too tired to be dealing with you. I've really had enough of it.
Actually, I should be saying that to you. I am tired of you disrespecting me like this. I'm your manager. I really don't understand why you can't just respect me. My other subordinates don't seem to have much trouble doing that. Did you really think that I would allow you to take a day off for your sister's wedding? That's not a good enough reason to take a day off from work. You decided not to listen to my orders, so that's why you're fired.
Well, you need to know one thing. The wedding I'm planning to attend next Monday is the boss's wedding.
What did you just say? The boss's wedding? Stop joking around with me.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I think you're pretty much the only person that didn't get invited. Only one that's being left out. If you really want to be respected by others, you should do things that make people want to respect you. Now there is absolutely nothing about you that can be respected.
Wait. Hold on a minute. What's happening? Please stop insulting me any further. I'm already pretty shocked about what you just told me. How could I be left out at the boss's wedding?
Just how fragile are you? You seem to have no problem dishing out insults to everyone else.
Please just explain what's happening to me. Is it true that the boss is having a wedding next week? Why, I knew nothing about this. There's no way you should know about it if I haven't heard about it.
Do you really not understand what's happening? You really are dumb. My sister is the one getting married to the boss.
What? Are you being serious?
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure the boss isn't going to be happy when he finds out about this. You're not even letting me take a paid leave to attend my sister's wedding. This is against the company's policy. I would love to hear what the boss thinks about this.
How is this even happening? Why is your sister getting married to the boss? Where did they even meet in the first place?
I've been good friends with the boss for a pretty long time. I was the one that introduced him to my sister. They got along pretty well and ended up dating after I introduced them to each other.
You and the boss are good friends? How is that possible?
We both went to the same university. That's where I first met him. We took a bunch of classes together and ended up becoming friends. I didn't think that I would end up working for his company though. He didn't think that he would become my boss either. I actually talked to him the other day. He said the reason that he became the CEO of this company was because his father had to retire early. He wasn't expecting to become the boss that soon. So he was working under lots of pressure. He told me that he was having trouble dealing with you as well. I also heard that you kept on sucking up to him. It was obvious that you were looking for a promotion.
I have no idea that you guys are friends. You should have told me earlier.
Why should I have to tell you that? You're not even going to be here that much longer anyway.
Wait. What does that even mean?
It's not that hard to understand. You're no longer going to be part of this company.
Why would I have to leave this company? I haven't done anything wrong.
There's a lot of bad rumors going around about you. Everyone at the company thinks that you're a crazy manager. Have you really not noticed how everyone has been talking about you?
Is what you just said really true? Do people actually think that I'm crazy?
Yeah, everyone thinks that about you. I can totally understand why. Did you really think that people in this company thought positively of you?
Of course. Everyone thinks positively of me. Everyone but you shows me a lot of respect. I'm projected to get a promotion pretty soon after all.
Yeah, you're just making an assumption about that. In reality, nobody talks back to you because they think you're hopeless. Nobody talks to you because they all hate you. It's not because they respect you or anything. You're also not on track to get promoted. You're on track to get fired. I'm starting to feel a little sorry for you.
What are you talking about? I'm not making any assumptions. Everything that I just said is really true. Me and the boss are best friends. There's no way he's kicking me out of this company.
I'm telling you that's a misunderstanding as well. Boss doesn't see you as a friend at all. If you really were his best friend, he would have invited you to his wedding. Have you received a wedding invite from him?
No, there's probably a good reason for that. He probably sent the wedding invitation to the wrong dress or something. We all make a mistake from time to time.
I'm really surprised how positive you are. You really should just accept the reality. He told me directly that he doesn't think very positively of you. Boss definitely doesn't see you as a friend at all. In fact, he was saying that you were a huge nuisance as you don't obey the company's policies at all. It definitely didn't sound like he wanted you at the company for much longer.
Wait. Is that what the boss really said?
Yeah, he did. I think you're either gonna get fired or transferred to another department in the countryside.
No way. I buy my life in this city.
You shouldn't be saying that to me. I'm not the one that decides where you get transferred. So, that's enough. I'm gonna be taking my paid holiday. Regardless of what you say to me. There's no point trying to stop me. I don't need your permission to take this day off.
This isn't fair at all. I want to go to the boss's wedding as well.
I don't think you can go if you weren't invited. There's one more thing that I should tell you. You need to clean out the office that you're using right now. You're no longer going to be manager of this department. I'm going to be taking over as the manager. I want that office to be cleaned for when I move into.
No way. Are you really gonna become the manager instead of me? Why do I have to be moved? I don't understand why you're getting a promotion either. None of this makes any sense.
Well, you have no respect or trust from any one of your subordinates. So that's easy to understand. You're just not the right kind of person to be the manager. You really need to accept reality. The way that you've been treating your subordinates is really unacceptable. Hurry up and clean the room. Hey Jenny. The HR told me that you're a high school graduate. You don't have a college degree. Am I right about that?
Hi, Bob. Well, yeah, that's true. But what's this about? Is there a problem?
Well, if that's true, then sure, this is a big problem. Why didn't you tell me about this before? I am only finding out about this today.
Do you mean about me not having a college degree?
Yeah. What else do you think are we talking about?
I'm sorry. I didn't intend to hide it. It's written on my resume, though.
How do you think this looks to me? And how do you think you were promoted to where you are now? You think a lousy high school graduate gets to be a section manager here? That's totally unheard of.
I'm sorry about that, Bob. I don't know what to tell you now. Like I said, I wasn't trying to hide that fact. I thought I got the job here because I passed all of the interviews and tests. I thought HR does a thorough screening before hiring people anyway. Shouldn't this be an issue that should be raised with them and not me?
You were the one who liked this company, Jenny. So it's you who I should be talking to. Besides, I've already spoken to HR. And they say they are considering to promote you to general manager.
Oh, really? That's great. Are you sure I should be knowing this now?
Well, I wouldn't get your hopes up. Because that's not gonna happen.
What? I'm sorry, but what is this about? Why is this being brought up now all of a sudden? I've been with this company for more than 10 years. I've been nothing but loyal to this company. What's going on? I thought you and I were okay.
I'm the general manager here and you ain't gonna take over my position.
Well, I heard you were going to retire soon. Surely this promotion is referring to after you retire, right?
No, I haven't spoken to anyone about retiring yet. They're all just planning ahead without consulting me. So don't you dare think you can take over my role here. Not a low-life idiot who only went to high school like you. You think someone like that is adequate enough to take over what I've been doing for more than 20 years here?
Well, then if that's the case, so be it. I don't think it's my place to say who gets to take over your position anyway.
Do you think you can talk to me like that? You spoiled little brat. You think you can get things handed to you on a silver spoon? You're wrong.
What do you mean?
You owe me an apology.
Excuse me? Why? I've got nothing to be sorry for.
You're starting to really piss me off now. You don't even care that you've lied to this entire company about your academic background. You speak down to me when I'm your manager. You conspire to take over my role here. And you don't even have the decency to quit. You're just a pathetic douchebag.
Why are you calling me these horrible names? And why you want me to quit my job now? Are you really going to take it this far? I told you, Bob. I never hid the fact that I didn't go to college. I'm sorry, but you've never been involved in promotions. So perhaps that's why no one spoke about this to you.
You saying I'm useless?
No. I don't mean to say that. Those are your words, not mine. I'm just saying that it's mainly up to HR who they want to promote and what not. We've never intervened with the promotion process. So unless there was some dramatic change that I didn't know about, we'll never be involved either.
You know who's useless around here? You are the useless. You never belong here. My daughter just graduated college with a management degree. She's coming to work for this company. But I won't let a college grad like her work under a high school grad like you. No way will that happen.
I think it's great that your daughter just graduated college. Congratulations to her and congrats to her getting a job here. But I don't think that her and I should be compared like that. I don't think that's fair.
Shut up! You dare talk to me like that again. You'll regret it. Don't forget who's the boss here.
Yeah, but what's that supposed to mean? Am I supposed to feel threatened here?
You idiot! I'm going to get you fired.
Why would you do that? What are the grounds for firing me?
For not having a college degree and lying about it to us. And your lousy attitude. Your incompetence. What more of a reason do you need around here? I'll talk to HR first thing tomorrow morning.
I've been nothing but a hardworking and loyal employee here. And you're about to fire me for not having a college degree?
That's right. I'll have my own daughter take over your role instead. That's perfect. You're a woman, so you don't have as big of a responsibility as the men here. Anyone can do your job around here. But your daughter hasn't even officially started working here yet.
There's a ton to learn here. How is she going to be able to manage that so quickly? And since when did gender have to do with job?
My daughter is a fast learner. There won't be anything she can't handle.
But you don't even know half of what I do every day.
There's no need. I can find out soon enough. I don't want to waste any more of my time now. Prepare yourself to leave this company.
What? Bob, let's be calm about this.
The boxes will be on your desk by the end of the day. So tomorrow will be the last day of your work here.
Tomorrow? No way, tomorrow is way too soon. You can't do this to me. You don't have the authority to do this.
Hey Jenny. I just spoke with the guys in HR. You're fired.
So you really were being serious about it all. You really are going to have me fired. And have your daughter take over my role here.
Yes. That's what we've been talking about the past few days.
Are you sure that that's what you want to be doing here? Do you really know what you're getting yourself into, Bob? There's a lot of trouble coming your way. And I hope you can see that.
No. You're the one who needs to see what you're doing to this company. You're ruining our reputation, and this will eventually affect our profits. It's only a matter of time until this business falls apart because of a lying idiot like you. All right. You just need to get out of here. Now. My daughter will take care of the rest. She's much more competent than you are. You'll see how much of a waste of space you were soon enough. You better make the most out of your last day at the office.
You're going to regret this, Bob. Let me warn you in advance. And don't come crying to me. And begging to take me back.
What? Are you insane? You're not only a liar and incompetent, but conceited as well. I told you that you're a waste of space. Get out.
Fine. Bob, you can have it your way. Even if this company were to take me back. So long as you're still here, I won't be able to work with you anyway. Let alone breathe the same air as you. I'm done here. I hope you're happy now. I'll be gone by the end of the day today. So don't worry about me.
What? Who's going to care? Who do you think you are? No one will even notice that you're not here anymore.
Okay. From here on out, you're on your own.
Jenny. Come to the office right now. Reply to my message. Come on, Jenny.
Excuse me? Who are you?
Who am I? Have you forgotten about the people you used to work with?
Well, no. But I don't recall anyone being so rude to me there. Unless it's Bob. He'd be the only one who'd be so crude. Is that you then?
How dare you? Yes, it's me. You idiot.
Right, what can I do for you?
I just told you get to this office right now. I mean it right now.
I'm sorry. If you can recall, you're the one who made me quit my job there. Why would I go back?
Just shut up and come here. I'm giving you a chance to redeem yourself here. I'll be waiting.
Excuse me? A chance to redeem myself? Is this a joke? Are you crazy? Do you even remember what you did to me? Look, I'm busy. Bye.
Busy? You're unemployed. How can you be busy? Don't make me laugh. I know you are. You have nowhere to go. All you have is time on your hands. Look at what you did to us in this business. You better come back and fix all of this.
Oh, you want me to come back now? Didn't I tell you that you'd regret doing what you did to me? I told you you'd be looking at trouble if you got rid of me. But you went ahead and did it anyway. You shot yourself in the foot.
What are you talking about? I know you have nothing to do every day. I'm giving you a chance to come here and earn some money, so you can put food on the table. So now are you telling me you're not going to take my offer? Just be a good girl and take it.
Wow, listen to you. I wonder what people would think if they read this conversation. Well, Bob, I don't know what's gotten into you. But what makes you think that I'm unemployed? I got a job as soon as I left the company. I'm pretty much settled in at my new job now.
What? No. I don't believe it. I don't believe a word that comes out of your mouth. Who'd hire a high school grad like you? There's no way that anyone would give you a role. Especially not in this economic field.
Well, I guess you were wrong. You are very wrong. Do you forget that I did work there for a decade? How much of a connection do you think I built while I was there? I know a lot of people, Bob, and by that I mean good clients. Good clients who were kind enough to offer me a new job.
Shut up. Stop lying.
Bob. Isn't it true that since I quit, a lot of your clients who used to work with me have discontinued or canceled their contracts?
How do you know about that? That's insider information. Did you plot all of this? Is this your doing?
Oh, please don't make me laugh. I'm working for Paul. You remember him, right? He was one of our biggest clients. It seems like he liked me a lot. And enough to take me on as one of his employees.
Paul? That can't be true. You're working for him now?
That's right, and I love it. I'm the head of sales here. I have a great team who work with me. And my role is way more exciting than what I used to do when I worked with you. Getting fired from that job was a blessing in disguise for me. In fact, I would have quit much earlier if I had known I could work here. So Bob, thanks for getting me fired.
What you're talking about? Do you know what you've done to this company? Ever since you quit, our sales have been plummeting. All of our major clients have moved. And they even canceled our contract. We hardly have any business going on with these clients. We're on the verge of going bankrupt. This is all your fault.
Excuse me? What are you talking about? However, where are you, lovely daughter? You used to be proud of her. You said nothing she can't resolve. Maybe she can't handle that problem, right?
This isn't funny at all, Jenny. My daughter is just a greenhorn. She lacks of experience.
Don't you see that the only person to blame for getting your business to where you are right now is you? You're the one who fired me. Just because I don't have a college degree? You think that justifies firing me? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere. And then your sexist, misogynistic comments you threw at me. You could go to court with that.
Idiot.
Well, that's what you often call me.
You better take responsibility for all this.
I didn't think so. I'm done here. I've nothing to do with you. You and your inexperience should find the way out. So, bye.
Wait, Jenny.
Once I left, their business took a huge turn for the worse. Bob ended up pleading for me to come back to solve this huge crisis. But no way I helped him out. Not long after that, Bob's company really did file for bankruptcy. Apparently, his wife took her daughter and left him. He's jobless and penniless now. I am happy with my new role where I'm more appreciated.